14 miles off the coast of Iraq lie two oil platforms that hold the key to the country's economic future. With the capacity to pump nearly 2 million barrels of crude oil a day onto supertankers, Khor Al Amaya and Al Basra oil terminals are the country's most prized possessions. The platforms below currently account for more than 90% of Iraq's GDP, so it's little wonder the security operation to protect them is so incredibly tight. It's a unique environment for a military deployment. Creaking and rusting, the platforms have gained the nickname Waterworld. The man in charge of protecting them knows just how important the task is.
We recognise there's a significant threat to these terminals, either to a threat to the coalition or indeed to disrupt the lifeblood of Iraq through stopping oil flow from these terminals. And we've put in place a number of measures to both deter or in fact defeat that threat.
A strictly enforced 2-mile exclusion zone keeps all other vessels away. The platforms were built by British engineers in the 1950s and they're owned by Iraq's Southern Oil Company. They've survived bombs, bullets and even accidental fires. Insurgents blew up pipelines on the mainland last week. Any similar event here would send the global cost of oil rocketing.
4 years ago, Al-Qaeda launched simultaneous attacks on these oil platforms, killing 3 US servicemen who intercepted them. The threat level remains every bit as high, but coalition forces here say they're more than equal to the task of repelling any would-be invaders.
Training and mentoring of the Iraqi Marines is crucial. 40 are stationed here, each paid £200 a month. We can't show their faces because of the fear their families back on the mainland could be targeted. Regular exercises are conducted to improve the Iraqis' military skills. Here, a Royal Navy boat is staging a mock attack. The Iraqis can't fire on them, so they improvise.
You take them down to an individual basis. They're better as individuals. Their weapon drills, they look like Marines. They're beginning to look like sailors. And that's just all part of the coalition training that we're building towards.
The security operation is closely watched by HMS Campbelltown, but the irony is that when the warship needs fuel, it has to make a 7-hour round trip to meet an American tanker. What follows is a complex manoeuvre with no margin for error. Seven tons a minute is pumped in.
It's a big floating mobile petrol station with tons of fuel waiting for us, and we'll be one of many customers for that vessel this week.
The ultimate goal is for the Iraqi Navy to eventually take charge of security of the oil platforms. But until they can, that responsibility rests with the Royal Navy and her coalition partners. Enda Brady, Sky News, Iraq.